Today's video I'm going to be sharing the 4 top unknown small cap stocks with huge potential, and then for MMTLP we're going to be sharing a new update in terms of Greg McCabe and his 42,383 shares at $1.20, and there is a reason for that, and then we're going to be looking at a review of the previous week's weekly watch list. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, from the Wall Street Journal, we can see the stock fund rode to a 6% gain in May. So May was a great month, and ETFs and stocks did bounce back quite significantly, even though we had difficulties with the tariffs from Yahoo Finance. We can see right now, looking ahead to the next week, a fresh inflation reading is what the stock market is going to be looking at. We know we are close to all-time highs right now, and that will certainly be a significant catalyst from Yahoo Finance. We can see in terms of Tesla, these problems are still going to be mounting as the Trump and Musk bromance is hitting rock bottom. I believe Elon has deleted many of his posts now, but what Trump has stated to NBC about Elon, he states he's assuming that the relationship is over. He's got more important things to do. However, his main concern is if he finances the Democrats. I don't personally see that happening. And the allegation with regard to Epstein, he states that these are old allegations, and we know that Elon has deleted many of those, including this one. So what can we look at forward to this week in terms of the economic data? So I think the big day is going to be Wednesday and Thursday. CPI inflation Wednesday, PPI inflation Thursday, and jobless claims will also be huge on Thursday, and inflation expectations on Friday. So in terms of earnings, we are expecting a big week for earnings here. We will be keeping an eye on GameStop, Chewy, Oracle, Lovesac, and also Adobe. And finally, quick review of previous week's weekly watch list. So if you would like to get the current one, details are in the description below. This will be shared prior to trading on the Monday, but last week we called out VVPR up over 34%, Bird up over 23%, LEU up over 15% on the week, SGHT up over 13.8%, SHEN up over 8.6%, many more, and not all calls are successful, but a good week so far. Before we get started, I'd like to take 1 minute of your time to share details of the Trading Secrets Discord. This includes daily stock alerts shared in the pre-market, the weekly watches shared prior to trading on the Monday, the $1 Million Challenge, and much more. So we also have had some tremendous calls in the weekly watch list, as well as the daily stock alerts, and these include LEAS up over 152% on the week, DOMH up over 210% on the week, IGTI up over 77% on the week, and many more. We have a new channel called Top Ranked Stocks DD, and this includes PDF reports which you can download and use for research and due diligence. Obviously you can join us in live trading chat as well. We've just had a $2,000 Discord update which includes breaking news for stocks, including bio stocks, earnings, analyst ratings, Reddit news, why the stock is moving, and much more. And as well as that, you can join us in the famous $1 Million Challenge, where we look at compound return investing and 201 trades. And just a reminder of the power of compounding. If you have 1 cent, you double that for 30 days, you would have over $5 million, but we are using a strategy of just a 3.5% return. Let's have a look at 4 relatively unknown small cap stocks with huge potential. The first one is ticker symbol LGCY, also known as Legacy Education. This is actually a stock I have previously featured on the channel with huge potential. So why am I looking at this now as a stock to be added on today's list? This is a small educational stock. It's trading well below the sector median. It does have hyper growth. All their programs are in high demand, and there are shortages. So that's the potential. So let's have a little reminder about the company. So they provide education services to students, high school graduates, and parents in the United States. They offer a range of certificate degree programs in many sectors. IPO date was fairly recent, September the 26th, 2024, trading on the NYSE. So they do certainly seem to have a bright future, and we can see in the news there on the screen, the Q3 showed a 50% revenue growth and surpassed expectations. So that was very positive. If we have a look at the chart here, and if we have a look at the chart for the year to date, we can see the stock is up over 14%. There was a good buying opportunity close to $6 early May, but right now it's trading at $9.49, market cap of just $117.49 million, and it currently in great momentum. So let's have a look at the next one. The next one is ticker symbol MIND, also another small cap micro stock, but it does have products that help survey underwater. They are seeing good demand and good growth, and they have divested the bad part of the business, and it certainly looks like a potential attractive valuation right now, and has been added onto my list for this reason. So let's have a look at a profile. So MIND, also known as Mind Technologies, together with the subsidiaries provide technology to the oceanic, hydrographic, defensive and seismic and marine security industries in the United States, China, Norway, Turkey, Singapore, Canada and many others. IPO'd in 1994, trading under the Nasdaq on ticker symbol MIND. So let's have a look at how the stock has performed, and if we have a look at over the previous 12 months, it has beaten the S&P 500. It's up over 35%. At one point, it was trading close to the $11, and at one point recently, early May, you had a chance to pick this up close to $4. Right now, it's at $6.96, up over 7.7% at close of play on the Friday, and in great momentum. And then the third stock is ticker symbol CXDO, and this is a low-cost UCaaS provider that is does seem to have the best support. They're growing their software segment by over 30% year on year and seeing robust demand. The lower margin business will become the small part of the business soon, so it is going to show some kind of turnaround. So in terms of the company, also known as Crescendo, they provide cloud communication platform software and unified communications as a service in the US and internationally. So they operate through two segments: cloud communication services and software solutions. And we can see here headline news: they have been selected for inclusion in the Russell 2000 indexes and the 3000 indexes, and I do expect a bounce once that's confirmed. But let's have a look at the chart, and if we see the year to date, up over 9.18%, and early March it was possible to get this close to $7. Right now it came down close to $4 end of April, but right now it's in better momentum and trading at $5.71 and doing much better. And the final one is TSSI. So they do have a key partnership, that's with Dell, and this partnership is for integrating their server racks. So they are seeing crazy demand. This should only continue, if not accelerate, in the coming few years. So huge potential. So in terms of company profile, they're looking at engaging in the planning and design, deployment, maintenance, refresh and take back of end user and enterprise systems in the United States. Three segments are procurement, facilities management, and they offer IT equipment and deployment services, including client product, enterprise products and much more. So the stock is doing exceptionally well. So let's have a look at the chart in terms of the previous year. If you have a look at the previous year, it is up over 1000%. So that is exceptional, and it's also doing very well over the previous year to date. But close of play on Friday, it was up over 17% at $19.84. So you could have certainly 12 months ago got this for much less than $4. What I'd like to share with you is details of a potential 30% discount for Slice. This is the home of the mind of the best financial investors. I am pleased to join their team, so you can use the discount code below, and it will also be shared in the video description. So that will give you 30% off the membership, and in there I will be sharing details of DD, stock analysis, buy and sell alerts, and two recent buy alerts shared in there. First one included Alphabet, where I'm currently up over 10%, and the other one was for ticker symbol RDDT, Reddit. I'm currently up over 8.4%. Let's have a look at the MMTLP updates, including Greg McCabe's 981,000 plus shares at $1.20. So there is a reason for that, and first of all, I'm going to start with the legal update, and this is Contique Wilcott plaintiff versus SEC and many other defendants. So there was an update, and the update is an order granting the plaintiff the motion for leave to file a second amended complaint. So if we have a look at the actual details of this, it looks like the second amended complaint has not yet been filed, and the person has requested 30 days. So in terms of the court has granted the plaintiff the motion to leave to file the second amended complaint. The court did have discretion for this, and this complaint must be submitted within 30 days of the order. So we look forward to an update on that, and hopefully, especially with regard to the SEC, there is positive news. So let's now move on to have a look at a Form 4 with regard to Nexbridge Hydrocarbons that was submitted to Edgar. And this is showing that certain individuals, including people within Nexbridge Hydrocarbons, have acquired some shares, and these include Greg McCabe and also a person by the name of Pocock Edwards. So we're going to have a look at the details here, but in terms of the reason for this, we'll look at that shortly as well. But the first one here, we can see at the top, the SEC Form 4. This is a statement of changes in beneficial ownership. So the first one, we can see top left hand side, this is for the person Greg McCabe of Nexbridge Hydrocarbons, and he is the Chief Education Officer. So in terms of the key change, non-derivative securities acquired, disposed of, or beneficially owned, and in this particular case it is acquired, symbol A. So these were acquired on the 30th of December 2024. We're looking at 981,372 shares at $1.20. However, there is no change in financial money. That's just the price that is being used for this form. But we're going to look at reasons for that, but we can see in terms of an explanation of the responses, we can see a signature of Greg McCabe dated 4th of June 2025. So before we look at why this is happening, let's have a look at the next form. So the next form is Form 3, and this is for the person by the name of Edward Pocock Edwards S. Again, a person who from Nexbridge Hydrocarbons, and he has also got non-derivative securities beneficially owned. We're looking at 284,575, and these are direct and common stock. So also signed Edward S. Pocock III on 5th of June 2025. The final form we're going to be looking at is also an S4, again also for Edward Pocock, but this time it's for 42,383 shares, again with a nominal price of $1.20 for 326,958 shares, which are representing a direct ownership, dated here 30th of December 2024. So in terms of an explanation, basically what we are seeing here, the reason for these declarations is the reporting people have exercised their rights to convert the working interest from the Johnson prospect, which was part of the original Oro Grande prospect, into shares of common stock for Nexbridge Hydrocarbons at a conversion price of $1.20. So this is a nominal price. There's no money being changed hands. The reporting person originally received the shares under the name of the entity he owns, which is E3 Properties LLC, but subsequently transferred the shares into direct ownership. So the compensation for services rendered for the year ended December 31st, 2024, and during the period of 2025 fiscal year, signed there by Edward Pocock. But basically, in summary, this is there is no cash involved, and it appears to be director compensation and the conversion of the Johnson prospect investment into shares. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.